Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Geographers. In today's episode, we'll be looking at the wonderful world of plateaus. So, what exactly are plateaus? Also known as high plains or tablelands, plateaus are areas of flat land that sit higher than the land around them. Some famous examples include the Tibetan Plateau in the Himalayas, which is often called the roof of the world, the Deccan Plateau in southern India, the Colorado Plateau in the southwest US, and the Altiplano in the Andes. Plateaus can be formed in three main ways: through volcanic activity, tectonic activity, or erosion. Now let's take a closer look at how these amazing landforms are created, starting with volcanic plateaus. These are formed when magma rises from the Earth's mantle, causing the land to lift, or when lava extrudes through cracks in the crust, building up land over time. The Columbia Plateau in the Pacific Northwest, the Deccan Plateau in India, and the Big Raven Plateau in Canada are all examples of volcanic plateaus. These plateaus were shaped by massive volcanic activity, with lava flows creating vast, flat landscapes. Next, let's talk about tectonic plateaus. These are formed through the movement of tectonic plates, which causes the land to rise and form large, elevated, flat areas. And for those of you who are wondering what tectonic plates are, we'll reach them in later episodes. Anyway, tectonic plateaus are typically massive and maintain a relatively constant altitude. The Tibetan Plateau, which is still being uplifted as the Indian and Eurasian plates collide, is a prime example of this. Another great example can be seen here. It's the Meseta Central on the Iberian Peninsula. And finally, there are erosional plateaus. These are formed over time by the action of glaciers and rivers that erode the land, which creates either flat areas between mountains or they carve through mountain ranges. For instance, the Scottish Highlands in the UK, which are seen here, and the Malwa Plateau in India, where my mom grew up, are both examples of plateaus shaped by erosions. Plateaus can also be classified into three types based on their location and surroundings. The first type is intermontane plateaus. These are some of the largest and highest plateaus in the world and are surrounded by mountains on all sides. The Tibetan Plateau seen here is an example, as it's encircled by the Himalayas on the south and Kunlun Mountains on the north. The Altiplano in the Andes is another example of an intermontane plateau. It's surrounded by two ranges of the Andes itself. And then we have the Piedmont Plateau, Piedmont Plateaus, which are bordered by mountains on one side and plains or seas on the other. The Piedmont Plateau in the eastern US is a perfect example of this. It's flanked by the Appalachians on one side and the Atlantic Plain on the other. And the last classification is continental plateaus. These plateaus are isolated from mountains and are surrounded by plains or oceans on all sides. An example of this is the Antarctic Plateau in eastern Antarctica, one of the flattest and coldest places on Earth. And now that we've discussed what plateaus are, how they form, and how they're classified, how about we have some fun and look at my list of the top 5 plateaus of the world? Ready or not, we're diving in. First up, the Tibetan Plateau. It's the highest and largest plateau in the world, and it's still growing. The Tibetan Plateau is called the roof of the world, and it's still growing as the Indian and Eurasian plates continue to collide. It stands at an average elevation of around 15,000 feet. And for comparison, Mount Fuji in Japan is only 12,000 feet. The average elevation of the Tibetan Plateau is higher than the highest point in Japan. This makes it a truly impressive natural wonder. Next, we have the Deccan Plateau in southern India. This volcanic plateau was formed by the eruption of the Deccan Traps at the end of the Cretaceous period, around the time when what went extinct? Dinosaurs! And it covers a large part of India and is known for its rugged landscapes and rich geological history. Geology nerds like me, put this on your bucket list. You have to go there at least once. Coming in at third place, we have the Ethiopian highlands, often called the roof of Africa. This plateau in central Ethiopia is notable for its high elevation and vast size. Very little of it dips below 4,921 feet, and its peaks soar up to 14,928 feet. The Ethiopian highlands are home to rich biodiversity as seen here and are a crucial part of African geography. Sliding in at fourth place, we have the Colorado Plateau in the southwest US. Spanning 130,000 square miles across 4 U.S. states: Colorado, Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico. This plateau is home to some of the most iconic landscapes in the U.S., including the Grand Canyon, which cuts through it, revealing stunning geological formations. And if you don't believe me, go there yourself. I wasn't lying. And finally, we have the Columbia Plateau in the Pacific Northwest of the U.S. Sorry, not this U.S. Sorry for the slip up. Anyway, this plateau is a wide flood basalt plateau stretching across 3 U.S. states: Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. It's surrounded by the Cascade Range on one side and the Rocky Mountains on the other, and the Columbia River cuts right through it, adding to the dramatic scenery. And there you have it, my top 5 plateaus from around the world. From the towering Tibetan Plateau to the volcanic Deccan Plateau, these landforms truly shape the landscapes of our planet. And thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't be missing any future episodes, which is, good because stay tuned. We're having an episode on volcanoes next time. So, see you then. Bye.